Hello, everyone. I hope you're having a wonderful day wherever you are. I'm just hanging out here in this new space that I'm in the process of evolving and putting together for. Sorry, I've got the four dogs with me that are trying to figure out what I'm doing because this is all new for them as well. So I went on a trip recently to Nashville, Tennessee, which took two different flights. And on that flight, it was amazing what happened because in the past, when I fly, well, I don't like flying because I get nervous. And so this flight, I wasn't nervous. And on top of that, it was so interesting to watch the dynamics go on around me of the other people who were flying. On the way home, we were headed to Portland on about a 3.5 hour flight from Minneapolis, St. Paul. And as the plane got ready to go, we were all boarded and taxiing out to the runway. The pilot came on and said that we needed to go back to the gate. And he didn't say why. So we went back to the gate, which took quite a while. It took about a half hour for us to get back to the gate. And they later shared that the reason it took so long to get back to the gate was there was no available gate because there were so many other flights that were in process there. So we finally get back to the gate, and I kind of stretched up and looked ahead, and there was a man uh, who had been a passenger who was waiting to get off the plane. And eventually the doors opened, and security or police, I'm not sure which, escorted him off the plane. And then soon one of the stewards came back and told us that that man had started to have an anxiety attack. And as he was having that anxiety attack, he even was demonstrating tendencies for violence. So they made the decision that it was a good idea to go back and get him off the plane rather than to get up in the air at 30,000 feet to have this situation unfold up there, which that's a perfectly appropriate response given the circumstances. And so as we waited, then we had to refuel and then get back in line to, be able to get out onto the runway to take off. It put the flight behind about 2 hours. And watching everybody around how they chose to respond to this situation was really interesting. Some people were fine, many were impatient, and a few were upset. And this space that I was in for this flight, for going there and hello, Hetya is having fun here. But the flight was the whole flying process was completely different for me because I found myself in the air or in so much more peacefulness. And I really attribute it to the last 6 months of work that I've been specifically doing to work on that amount of stress that's in my body. And I really am sitting here just feeling quite amazed about where I'm at with it all. And also, when I would take a flight like this that would be long, if it was over 2 hours, I would feel it in my knees. And this flight, was nearly 4 hours, plus the additional time sitting in the plane waiting to get back out on the runway due to the situation of the man who had the anxiety attack. So now, over 5 hours on a plane sitting, my knees did not hurt like they had in the past. Now, there was one point at which my knees, they started to ache. And what I noticed was I had some tightness in my jaw and I was really starting to feel a little bit anxious. And so with the work I've done, I went, okay, let's just let this go. Let's find a space that we can create some peace in, and doing some breathing exercises. And I let it go. And the pain in my knees, it went away. It was gone. So I don't know all of the details of what all that was, but I can tell you that it was all completely different for me. And I know that if you change the way you look at things, the things that you see change as well. I think that's the process that I've been on and unfolding. And I'm so happy to be able to help people do that for themselves. Thanks for stopping by. Bye now.